lot of people think shipping में आने में पढ़ाई नहीं करनी पड़ती, जबकि ये absolutely गलत है. There is life after sailing also.
Yes.
There is a big industry after sailing as well. So आप अंदर घुसिए, आप उसमें अच्छा काम करिए और आपको बाहर भी अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं.
So any experience you recollect, like really changed you?
So
what is the ground realities of the shipping sector?
Like you are saying, we also used to get a lot of comments from people कि हमको नौकरी नहीं है, नौकरी नहीं है, नौकरी नहीं. So we said let's do a survey.
India generates over 2,000 students who have availed the GP rating course per annum but remain unemployed.
There are a lot of unemployed, and these are people who are, I feel, will become unemployable, and that is what my problem is.
What are they lacking, sir?
Teamwork. All those people who want to get into shipping, please do it in the proper way, and don't go to agents, non-approved courses, because even after you finish you will be fleeced by somebody. There's a very smart boy. Out of the 4 editions of Naughtica, he's attended 3. Came in troop dance. He got silver medal. He's a fantastic dancer. But you know why he always got silver? His team was never a good dancer.
There is a routine you follow to get this energy you have.
2 things about mental wellness. Number 1.
Welcome back to the KSN show. Today we have a master mariner with 10 plus years of experience at sea, turned into an entrepreneur and co-founded a company called Offing. Now in this conversation, we are going to get you data and facts of what exactly is the unemployment rate in the merchant navy in India. Your eyes will be opened and you might get shocked with the numbers, while at the same time, he's also given us what are the various steps to counter it and what are the right approaches to join this particular profession. Watch the video till the end because a lot of myths have been busted about merchant navy in this, and I'm sure you will be convinced perhaps of how to take this decision or how to approach this profession. Let's start the conversation. Captain Anupam, welcome to the KSN show. It's an honor for me to have you here. How are you feeling, sir?
I am feeling very, very excited. Always wanted to do this with you.
Right, sir.
I've been following you a long time on LinkedIn, YouTube, and you got some energy. So let's hear it from you.
Sir, talking about energy, sir, you know why I called you yesterday?
Please.
I saw a clip of Naughtica. You were in TMI, I guess, and you were telling the cadets about the Naughtica program.
Right.
The way, the enthusiasm with which you were addressing these guys, I thought this captain is something different than from what I have seen from that personal experience. So I said, okay, let's call him up. And I called you up and it was the same energy. So there was no difference ki off camera, on camera, you're just the same. So talking about energy, sir, love the energy.
Thank you so
And
much.
I've also seen Captain Purnendu also with the same energy. So beautiful, sir.
I think he's in us right now.
Absolutely, sir.
So I think that is being shown right now. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us here.
So the main motive, sir, for me to bring you here,
Please.
was this organization which you founded, which is called Offing.
Yes.
Why I want to start it in that direction is because I get questions from nth number of people that, sir, I'm unemployed. I've been waiting for the ship for like 15-20 months.
Right.
I've done it from an institution where I don't know if it was RPSL or whatever it is.
Right.
Then I came down to your page. And in Offing, there was something known as survey reports.
Yes.
And I think you did from 2020, 21,
Yes. We have done 3 of them now.
Right, sir.
Including for GP rating as well.
Right, sir. So particularly GP ratings.
Right.
Sir. So let's go into that direction, sir.
Sure.
Why was Offing founded?
Okay. How much time do we have?
You have unlimited time, sir. Absolutely. Just
Okay.
go ahead.
Great. So the company was founded in 2014. I was working as a managing director that time with a company called Seafarers International. It was a Dubai-based company. We used to own and operate offshore vessels. Captain Purnendu Shori was technical head for a company called Bibi Murray Fenton, and primarily doing surveys and inspections and various things. Before we formed company, we were friends, basically drinking, and we have done some projects together. And then, to be very honest, you always reach in your career in some time that, okay, you've done it all, now what next? So we both met up for lunch.
Okay.
Important.
Yeah.
Because you know how shippies meet during dinner and drinks, and then next morning the wives and families are said, chalo kaam karne chalo.
Absolutely.
So we are back to doing what we do. So we met for lunch, had vegetarian food,
Okay.
no alcohol. And he said, I have an idea. And I said, so do I. And we shared our ideas. And then we said, I think we are good to go. Right. We had our office, my office, in fact, was right next to the place where we were eating. We went back to the office. And then we started, what name do we give the company? A general thing which everybody does. His initials, my kids, his kids, the way we all, like how we got
Like
KSN. Exactly,
Right.
So we did all that.
Yes.
But, I kept saying things that, we want to get somehow integrate the sea people ashore and the shore people at sea. And we need something like that. And I kept saying this. And suddenly Purnendu comes up with this word called offing.
Okay. Just randomly?
Just randomly.
Right.
And I said, well, it sounds very well.
Yes.
We have used it 1,000 times. We always use it. I'm planning this in the offing. I'm going to do this in the offing. But we never knew what the definition was.
Yeah.
So then we actually went to the to Google, and we went to a dictionary. And it was the best meaning ever. So what does offing mean? When you're standing on the shore and you're seeing the horizon, whatever in that is called the offing.
Wow.
So this is exactly what we wanted, right? So that's how we said, this is it. We registered ourselves, and that's how offing was formed.
So any myths about this industry which you want to break? Like, is it coming in your mind? Because cadets are looking up to you.
Sure.
They know Captain Anupam will come to our academy. Any myths you want to absolutely shatter? Like, kuch aisa ki,
Many.
Please, sir, this is the time, sir.
Lot of people think shipping में आने में पढ़ाई नहीं करनी पड़ती है, जबकि ये एब्सोल्युटली गलत है. आपको पूरी जिंदगी पढ़ाई करनी पड़ेगी आपको, और अगर आप पढ़ाई में अच्छे नहीं हो आप आगे नहीं बढ़ पाओगे. लोगों को लगता है कि मैं पढ़ाई में अच्छा नहीं था, मतलब पढ़ाई में अच्छा था बट मार्क्स नहीं आए थे. एंड आई रियलाइज दैट कि भाई मार्क्स चाहिए अगर आगे बढ़ना है. फिर पढ़ाई की और फिर मार्क्स आए और फिर मास्टर्स किया, फिर सब कुछ क्लियर किया, फिर MBA किया, सब जगह अच्छा किया, ट्रेनिंग ऑफ ट्रेनर्स एंड SSS, ऑल दैट वाज डन, स्कोर्ड फर्स्ट इन दैट. बट मैं बोल रहा हूँ, अगर आपको लगता है कि आप पढ़ाई से बचने के लिए इस इंडस्ट्री में आ रहे हो तो भूल जाओ. एंड इवन फॉर GP रेटिंग्स,
राइट.
ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं अभी एक बार GP रेटिंग बन गया और मेरा एक उधर भी अगर आप, how will you differentiate between a GP rating in a bulk carrier and a GP rating in a LNG vessel? If he's smart, then only they will take him in an LNG vessel.
Right.
So padhai will not stop. So number one myth, education.
Right.
Number two myth, चलो वो myth तो रहा ही नहीं, that every port, every girl, that is all finished.
That is
Life is in a different zone. People enjoy more at ashore.
Ashore.
Third thing is, there is life after sailing also.
Yes.
As in there is a big industry after sailing as well. So आप अंदर घुसिए, आप उसमें अच्छा काम करिए, और आपको बाहर भी अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं. और एक जो myth, now this is not to cadet, this is to probably senior officers, they might not like it. उनको लगता है कि अभी मैं सेल कर रहा हूँ, मुझे इतना पैसा मिलेगा, मैं शोर में आऊँगा इतना, ऐसा नहीं मिलेगा. ऐसा नहीं है. आप शोर में आएंगे आपको उससे ज़्यादा भी मिलेगा, बट आपको when you come back to ashore, it's like a cadetship of a shore job.
Zero again.
But then you will achieve not only that, you will achieve much more. You might even become a ship owner. And then does a ship owner own more money or less money than a captain? I mean, I'm sure that answer is very obvious.
Yes, very obvious.
So I think so. These are the two three myths which I can think. But lot of people think जहाज में चले जाते हैं, पढ़ाई नहीं करनी पड़ती. बहुत हमें I get lot of people. I've got 45% in my 12th. Can I join shipping?
This please touch.
No.
This. Even 60%.
If DG is allowed, answer is yes. See, I don't want to, because DG has thought of this percentage in some way. But if it is less than 60, please don't join.
Yes, because then
you're getting into the fraud.
Yes.
आप एजेंट्स के पास पहुंचोगे, आप पैसे दोगे, आप गलत जगह जाओगे और आपको एक्सेप्टेंस लेवल 0 है. बट आप मैं 60 का क्यों बोल रहा हूँ, क्योंकि हम लोग थोड़ा सेंटिमेंटल है. एक्चुअली एक कंपनी ने हमें बोला था कि हमें वी ओनली वांट 75% स्टूडेंट्स एंड अबव. हम एक्चुअली उनसे थोड़ा सा लड़ पड़े. हमने बोला जब डीजी ने अप्रूव किया 60, आप क्यों 75 बोल रहे? सो दे सेड ठीक है भाई 60 दे दो. सो वी आर ओके विद 60 बिकॉज दैट्स द गवर्नमेंट नॉर्म्स.
बट आई थिंक एस्पायर फॉर
अभी 60 है, इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि ये घुस गए अंदर.
क्योंकि फिर वो सोचते कम मेहनत
पढ़ाई करनी ही पड़ेगी. और आपके अब जो मैं देख रहा हूँ, आई सी यू योर वीडियोज एंड इवन आफ्टर कमिंग बैक,
राइट सर,
यू कंटिन्यूसली स्टडिंग.
हाँ, लाइक
ये ट्रेनिंग वो ट्रेनिंग अभी करके
अभी चीफमेट्स का है.
सो बेसिकली आई सी दैट यू आर कंटिन्यूसली ट्रेनिंग योरसेल्फ.
करेक्ट.
एंड इनफैक्ट आपकी छुट्टी में आपको छुट्टी कम मिलती है, ट्रेनिंग ज़्यादा मिलती है.
100%.
तो अगर कोई सोचता है अच्छा ये एक और प्रोफेशन है, लोग या तो आप ये प्रोफेशन में मत आओ, अपना एक ग्रेजुएशन करो और एक पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन करो और फिर नौकरी पे लग जाओ. ये एक ऐसा प्रोफेशन है जिसमें आपको पूरी जिंदगी पढ़ना है. इवन आफ्टर कमिंग अशोर, हम भी पढ़ ही रहे हैं आज भी.
राइट, ऑल द न्यू रेगुलेशंस, लॉज चेंजिंग, बहुत सारा
है.
सो
इन आवर इंडस्ट्री, ऑल द ऑडियंस आउट देयर, इफ यू आर कमिंग रनिंग, बिगेस्ट मिथ कि हम, वो कहते थे ना पहले कि अभी मैंने वो पिक्चर देखी चंदू चैंपियन, उसको स्पोर्ट्स में आना तो फौज में चला गया. तो लोगों को लगता है कि पढ़ाई नहीं करनी, तो और पढ़ाई नहीं करनी और पैसे कमाने, जहाज पे चले जाओ. वो खत्म हो गया है. That is finished.
I think thank you for breaking this, because
100%.
You know, I want people to know from the people who've been there doing more, कि actually में जो आप देख रहे हो with the institutes and the cadets, that this is something ऐसा नहीं है जो सोशल मीडिया पे भी दिख रहा है.
बिल्कुल
नहीं है ऐसा.
बिल्कुल.
So that is a very big point, sir.
So our first product, or our first thing what we did was a mobile app.
Okay.
And this mobile app was integrating 3 entities. There was the Seafarers, the companies, and the training institutes. And it was a place, a place where all 3 would interact with each other.
Got it.
Now, I'm coming to where Naughtica, Marpool, it's all coming in. It's all part of this journey.
Right.
So once we had this app, now what do you want to do? You have to grow the number of people on the app, both in terms of companies and in terms of seafarers.
Right.
So we used to do road shows.
Road shows, like performances on the road, or
no. We used to, when I say road shows, we used to go to places where there are hubs of seafarers.
Okay.
So we used to go to Dehradun, Chandigarh, Calcutta, Delhi.
Right.
Where are the seafarers? We used to do an evening. We used to call them for a talk session, and it could be something what you do now, and I love you for that.
Thank you.
Things like how to come from sea to shore and various things.
Various, yeah.
So one such journey, we were in Dehradun and we were driving back from the place to the airport.
Right.
And we saw a college fest happening.
Not a Maritime college.
Just a college fest, Malhar and the likes of the other colleges.
Okay.
And I looked at Purnendu and he looked at me and I said, when do we ever have our fest?
A total maritime fest.
Like we didn't get to enjoy. We didn't get to interact with peers. We didn't get to interact with other students. So where is our fest? We had a silence of about 1 minute.
Silence is louder than words, right?
It was absolutely silence. And then suddenly he says, and I look at him and he says, let's do it.
Wow.
And that was the way we thought about the fest. Obviously the name came later.
Right.
By the time we landed back, Karanvir, we had the blueprint ready.
In that car journey?
In the plane journey back to Bombay, we used a tissue paper or whatever. Very, very, very Hindi picture, very dramatic. Yes. Absolutely like that.
Wow.
And we had the entire blueprint ready. And we said, this is what we're going to do for the Naughtica. Sorry, that time it was not Naughtica, a fest.
A fest.
Then, obviously, we are 2 crazy people. We need our team to also come up, because ultimately everything is teamwork.
Right.
So we went back to our team and they said, this is ridiculous. How can you think of something like this? We said, but what's the harm? And then obviously we had a journey to convince them.
Right.
Now, I want to share something with you. in the entire thought process, we had decided that whatever we do,
Right.
we will never take any money from the students or from seafarers ever.
Okay.
In any businesses which we do.
Right.
So then everybody was wondering, you want to do a fest, but you don't want the colleges to pay registration fees. I said, yes. So they said, then how do you do the event? We said, we don't know. We will find out. So there was zero registration fees.
Right.
The students had to come through a college. It was for DG approved colleges only.
Right.
All other colleges could not attend. So anyway, we had some convincing to do, and we knew that we would pull it off somehow.
Right.
We have industry support and they are lovely to us.
Beautiful.
Then now comes the name.
Yep.
So again, started,
Yeah.
we have to give credit, Purnendu's friend. She works for I don't want to name that, but she works for a very, very big ad agency.
Okay.
And she comes up with this word called Naughtica.
Okay.
And we said, what rubbish. Naughtica is a brand which everybody wears. Why do you want that? She says, no. Read what my spelling is. So the spelling was Naughtica. So it was mixture of naughty
yeah.
and nautical.
Wow.
And then she even drew a sketch of a smiley face with a wink.
I've seen, it's a pink color.
It's a wink face.
Wink, yeah.
We said, no wonder you are the CEO of that organization, right? So we said, done.
Right.
So that's how the name Naughtica came.
First, I want now for the audience
Now,
to know actually from where are you coming from? Like, how did your journey start in the shipping? Did you always want to do this? Or is it something like in your time it was again like this engineering hai, ya doctor hai, Or how was that journey, sir?
my background, my father is a marine engineer himself.
Okay.
In fact, he is a 1960-64 DMET pass out. His name is Atul Mohan Raizada, I dad. And he hates calling him dad.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Tatu. Okay. So he did his engineering from Calcutta.
Okay.
And he was a class surveyor for 31 years.
A surveyor?
Yeah. He was with Lloyds for 31 years straight. And though it was not a transferable job, but we still moved places. So we were in Bombay.
Okay.
Then we went to a place called Baroda.
Okay.
Because he was also in industrial survey.
Right.
And then we went to Calcutta and then back to Bombay since 2000, back from 2000.
Right.
Now, while I was in Baroda, Gujarat, overall, I mean, for all the people who are listening from Gujarat, they're very hardcore on entrepreneurship. Very, very hardcore. Everybody wants to do business.
Sir, there is a high demand topic which all my friends actually suggested to ask you.
Yeah.
We'll come to that.
Sure.
About the skills of entrepreneurship.
Surely.
But yes, sir, please continue.
So maybe even I've got it something from there.
Right.
Because that land in Gujarat, everybody is an entrepreneur. And in fact, on a lighter note, I did ask somebody that if everybody is an entrepreneur, who works? He says, people like you come from Bihar and UP. I was like, great, awesome. So anyway, coming back to, I was in Baroda. I was doing normal, 10th. And then I did my diploma in engineering, to be honest. Okay. I did not do my 11th and 12th.
Oh.
So I did a diploma in civil engineering.
Okay.
And I'm coming to how I came into shipping. And I was all set to get into my second year of engineering in civil engineering in Nagpur. It was all done.
Okay.
Because once you do your diploma, after 10th, you do 10 plus 3, Polytechnic, and then you straight jump into second year of engineering. So it's 10 plus 3 plus 3.
It's like the lateral entry.
As compared to a 10 plus 2 plus 4. So it's absolutely the same.
Got it.
It so happened that just before we were before I was going to my college, we happened to go for a vacation to Lucknow.
Okay.
And I went to my father had taken us to one of his batchmates' house. And there so we were generally talking, and they also had 2 kids, a son and a daughter. And I see this guy who comes from his room. Those days Levi's 501 buttonfly jeans was like Wow.
Wow. Akshay Kumar, if I'm not I remember.
We all, I mean, we used to die for it.
Yeah.
Levi's 501 butterfly
Yes.
jeans was like the best.
The best, yeah.
So this guy walks in and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
It's not cheap for that time.
Right.
Then I ask him, what do you do? So he says, I'm a cadet.
Oh.
I said, cadet as in like ships? He said, yeah. I said, merchant navy. He said, yeah. What your father has done, what my father has done. I said, oh, okay. And I was like, acha. Then straight, next question, paisa kitna milta?
Absolutely.
Straight. So he says, right now I get about $200, $300, then I'll become a third mate.
Yes.
Then the whole journey started.
Right.
My mind was ticking all this while. And when I came back to Baroda, I'm like calculating, okay, I'll finish my 3 years of engineering, then I'll get X amount.
Right.
And then there is growth.
Yeah.
But then why don't I try this? And then I spoke to my dad, my father, and I said, I would like to get into shipping. He says, and what changed this? He says, Levi's 501 button flyer. He says, okay, I mean, up to you guys. So that's how my journey into shipping started.
Wow.
And then, of course, there was a little bit of a, like, should I get into deck? Should I get into engineering? Because I had already done my diploma in engineering.
Right.
But then whatever, I think it was written, I went into the deck side. So I started my career with a company called Denholms.
Okay.
I was a Denholm cadet.
So any experience you recollect, really changed you during that time you wore the first uniform to the time of going on the ship? Like any experience you remember, like stepping on the gangway for the first time, the difference between the training and the reality?
So I am a TS Rahman cadet. So we did our 3 months.
Right.
And we were 10 of us from the same
batch,
like all Denholm cadets. We were 20 total.
Okay.
But out of which 10 were Denholms.
Okay.
So we were all
together.
And then we had a wait period, like everybody does. And all those, students who are waiting for a job, wait. If the company has told you, you will get a job.
Right.
So we all waited. Even 20, 30 years ago, we waited. Right now, I see a lot of impatient things have happened. And maybe this has something to do with social media also.
It's a big possibility.
Because they see their friends posting.
Yes. And with the cars and big reels, I will not deny that.
Yeah.
It takes on to your dopamine effects.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I like your video where, sorry, we are moving up. I like your video where you have said the negative effects of shipping and the real things in shipping.
Yes, real versus real. Right, sir.
So we waited. And in fact, we were very happy. In fact, out of the 10 of us, we said, "Tu ja yaar, main to abhi aur ghar pe baitha hu. I'll be very happy with my mom and enjoying
Absolutely.
So because we knew a job is there.
Right.
Problem kya hai? So anyway, I had joined with a senior cadet of mine.
Okay.
So honestly, that I didn't feel that transition of, because I was there also with cadets. Then my first joining was also with a senior cadet. So ऐसा कुछ खास feel नहीं हुआ. But जब पहली बार, I can tell you one thing. I wore my uniform, not the first time, but one of my watches. And I had a very senior captain. And he came and his general dialect was BCMC.
Okay.
General dialect.
Direct. Yes.
होता है. And I was not used to it then. So he came on the bridge and he said this something,
Yeah.
I was in tears.
Like from the pain of listening that.
Pain of listening and
Right.
how can he say this? And that's where the uniform thing hit me. That I'm a man in uniform. What have I done wrong? Why is he telling me these things? And I actually had tears in my eyes. I went back to my room and I cried. And I was not very happy. And then, my senior cadet. So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Senior cadets are
like mentors?
Mentors, yeah, absolutely. So he comes and says, क्या हो गया? बोला, अरे वो गाली दे रहा है मेरे को. बोलते तो मतलब क्या? मेरी बहन को गाली दिया, मेरी माँ को गाली दिया. I'm like that.
Yes, correct.
He said, guys, he doesn't mean it. This is the way he's speaking and just chill. So maybe that was one of the experiences which I can share. So for all those people who are out there.
Yes. You know why I asked you this?
Please. Because
of course, any cadet who will go for the first time will be taken aback.
Absolutely.
With such situation.
Absolutely.
So it's not that they are alone.
Absolutely.
This is why I asked you. Like people look up to you now. The whole institutes, cadets know Captain Anupam. So he's also gone through the same grind.
Absolutely.
Which is still happening, and it is for the betterment, for the ego perhaps to get it back in check for a while,
Absolutely.
right? If I'm not
No,
wrong.
you are.
Yeah.
See, I mean, you've heard these stories that
Yes.
ragging used to happen earlier in
Yes.
colleges.
Absolutely.
And they become best friends.
Yes.
Yes, there is a lot of anti-ragging, all this happening, which is good.
Yes.
But at the same time, it is an icebreaker.
Yes, because my personal experience,
Please.
the 4th years, and I was the first year. The 4th year used to not rag, but used to just call and just take masti, tafree karte.
Karenge, yeah.
Yes, and they are still date.
Absolutely.
They're still in contact. Anytime I need help, they'll be there. So yeah, I think that's the aim and motive of that bonding.
No, mentors are very important
Mentors are
in whatever form.
Whatever form.
It could be a. I mean, एक और बता सकता हूँ.
Please.
I was on deck. मोजा आया. मोजा the wave. हम लोग
Yes. अच्छा.
चोट लगी.
हाँ.
बोसन वापस आए अकोमोडेशन में. बोसन ने बहुत गाली सुनाई. छोकरा क्या करता है, ऐसे थोड़ी ना करना चाहिए. बट ऑल दिस वाइल ही वाज टेलिंग मी दिस, व्हाट ही वाज डूइंग, ही हैड हेल्ड माय हैंड एंड जहाँ पे सूज गया था ना, वो ऐसे करता जा रहा था.
Massaging it.
He was massaging it. मेरे को रियलाइज ही नहीं हुआ कि वो मसाज कर रहा है. वो गालियां सुनाता जा रहा है मुझको कि ऐसे अकेले जाने का नहीं, बाहर में पानी जब बोला है, वेदर खराब है.
Right.
So all I'm saying is mentors can come in any form. It could be a bosun, it could be a senior cadet, it could be anybody. It doesn't mean that if you are on board, then only the chief officer is your boss. Anybody can mentor you.
Beautiful, sir. And do you want to share another experience if you have in your mind when you were an officer and certain things happened which you've not put out in public, but it was a big learning, a big trajectory for your growth.
Okay.
Some situation.
Now this will be interesting.
Please.
Especially in today's time. Women in shipping.
Yep.
I was sailing with Maersk.
Oh, you were in Maersk?
I was in Maersk. I was part of the delivery team of a vessel called Maersk Bering.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So
That is new.
a bit of connect. So this is year 2005.
Okay.
Okay. And there was Indian officers, mainly Burmese engineers. Only the chief engineer was Indian.
Okay.
And we had gone for delivery to Guangzhou and 3 months. And
Right.
Lovely company. Maersk, lovely company. Actually, I had in fact taken permission from my Denoms, IMC, Maersk. These are the only 3 companies I've done. So I had in fact taken permission from IMC that let me go for a delivery. I've done enough dry docks. I need to know what a delivery vessel is.
Right, sir.
And of course, with great sorrow, they said, "Chalo jao." But it was one of, again, best things to happen to me.
Right.
So now I'll tell you what happened. We get an email saying that the cadet is joining you. I was like, not bad, chalo, theek hai, koi to aayega kaam karne ko.
Yes, sir.
And then somebody called by the name of Lee comes.
Okay.
And we realize it's Miss Lee.
Okay.
It's a girl cadet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, whatever as a chief officer I have, know how to handle cadets.
Dealt with.
And now suddenly you have a girl cadet.
Yeah.
The entire matrix changes. The way you speak, the way you talk.
Right.
In fact, if you ask about trajectory, how to deal with people, human beings. With seafarers is different.
Right.
Now suddenly I say on a ship I have a situation where I have to deal with a girl cadet who looks up to me. So I can't say anything wrong.
Right.
I can't say everything right. I have to be absolutely balanced. And we had a fun time. No doubt about it. We had a fun time. We used to,
Right.
karte the, masti karte the.
Yes.
But ultimately, her problems were different. For example, एक दिन हम लोग संडे राउंड के लिए निकले and we see that we are knocking her door and she's not opening. And then suddenly she says, हम लोग, first of all, are you there? She said, yeah, I'm there. So I said, open the door.
Yes.
She took about good 4-5 minutes to open.
Right.
And we could hear sound, something happening.
Acha, okay.
So we said, क्या हो गया?
हाँ.
When she opened, she said, no, my key's lost. So I'm scared.
Oh no.
So what she has done is, she has put everything in front of her door so that nobody just enters the door, enters her room.
Right.
That's her psych.
Yeah.
And she's put table, she's put chair, सब लगा दिया उसने. I was so furious. Imagine if a vessel catches fire.
Yeah, for safety reasons, definitely.
She's finished. She's charred to death.
Yep.
As a chief officer, I punished her for 2 days.
Okay.
But then I realized this is a different scenario.
Yes.
And then I said, why didn't you come and tell us?
Yes.
She said, what if you came into my cab? And it can happen, right?
Absolutely.
So these are very different times.
Yes.
And I understand now that in every vessel, there are supposed to be 2 girl cadets or 2 women officers.
Which is good, in fact.
It's the same thing. But that time it was nothing. We had one more very interesting situation. This is a funny one.
Yep.
This was a little serious one. The funny one was, we are on the forecastle, and you know how Maersk has always less people but very high on automation.
Yes.
So similar situation, we were doing
Correct.
stations,
Correct.
and I'm saying, okay, chalo, pass the ropes.
Yes.
And nobody is listening to me. And I can't see these guys. You know what has happened? The OS is on his knees proposing to Lee. Please marry me. I will be for you forever.
Really?
I said, guys, we got a vessel to berth.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh. So yeah, that's the different perspective altogether. When and the good part is, sir, now that it's good that the things are opening up for women. What is your take on that? That it's good.
It's lovely.
It's lovely to have.
It's lovely. It's absolutely. See, like how in offices we have. I mean, there is no भेदभाव between a girl and a guy. काम करो. अब पहले था भेदभाव. पहले हमको लगता था इसके लिए सब कुछ स्पेशल करो.
Got it.
अब वो खत्म हो रहा है क्योंकि Naughtica perspective, I'll tell you.
Yep.
Coming back to our event.
Yes.
Bangalore, the first one, we had 7 girl cadets. Bombay, we had 70.
7-0.
7-0. So isn't it actually becoming a fest now? Isn't the
whole
the
union
cohort is becoming better? The everybody's
right, sir.
accepting each other. So it's fantastic right now. So we are very happy about it.
Coming to the point, sir, when you became a master, or perhaps not even master, when you were in the higher ranks, did you have an emergency on board, like something very out of the ordinary? Because it's a very straightforward question for many people who are not shippies. Ki samundar mein, storms come. What is happening? You are in danger.
So I will share one experience with you. In fact, my wife and my 1-year-old daughter, she was also on board that time. We were somewhere in the Japan area, and a storm was coming. And all vessels were instructed to go take shelter. There was a place where all the vessels were there, and there were 3 sides, mountains, and ek taraf pani tha. To bola udhar jao. When we reached, say around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, calm seas, absolute calm. And there was about 1,000 vessels.
Yep.
There were 1,000 vessels
anchored in the shelter.
Yes. So we were like, why is it the same weather meteorology department in India which is also telling there?
Yes, sir.
कि ये तो यहाँ पे तो एकदम कुछ लग ही नहीं रहा. Anyway, by the time evening, wind picked up. Now coming to the emergency part, we were anchored. Now there was a vessel which was trying to anchor in those winds. Now the wind speed had reached 40-50 knots. Basically, when we arrived, we were at the eye of the storm. That's why it was blue
the
sky.
center.
Yeah, that was the blue sky, calm seas. And now the storm is moving.
Just for context for the audience, that the eye is where around it is where the whole trouble
mayhem.
It's the mayhem. Like you cannot go anywhere.
Absolutely.
There's no escape.
Absolutely. So we were in the eye of the storm that time. That's why it was lovely, as if you go for yachting and it was so. But by the time evening, the storm. So this vessel is coming close to us.
Okay.
And as prudent seafarers, we also have to take action. ये नहीं कि हमने अपना anchor डाला है तो बस कोई बात नहीं. अभी there was a recent accident and I don't know if you're aware, there was a clips going on. But if you are anchored and if a vessel is coming, rule 2 come back to play. You do whatever you can take to get your act together. Yes. So I was chief officer. Captain calls me and says, "Hi, Captain De Monte, he's a lovely guy." He calls me and says, "Anupam, you have to go on deck." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because there's a vessel coming." I says, "You go? Why should I go?" He said, "No, sir, I am captain. I am on the bridge." I said, "Okay, sir, I'll go." And now look at this scenario. So everybody is inside, and these typical tankers, they have this CCR on the walkway deck.
Okay, no,
you are a container guy.
Container guy, yeah.
Boo. So chemical tankers have a walkway, and then you have you can see outside.
Okay.
So everybody sits there and watches what is happening outside. So was my wife, and so were my kid.
They were on board?
They were on board at that time. And then I tell Bosan, chalo, तो हमने को जाना है बाहर, वो थोड़ा सा एंकर का कुछ दूसरा जहाज आके ठोकने वाला है. As simple as that. You have done skydiving, I guess.
I've done paragliding.
ऊपर से कूदने वाला नहीं किया. अच्छा.
Yes.
वीडियो देखे होंगे लोगों.
वीडियो देखा है. Yes.
वो कैसा फेस हो जाता है?
एकदम पीछे जा रहा है. Yes.
When we went onto the deck, it was that for us.
So you couldn't even open your eyes, I'm sure.
We were crawling.
Oh.
I told bosun and I told captain, we can't walk. We'll fly off. So we said we will crawl. And then we took ourselves a safety harness and we connected it to strong point and we crawled all the way to the forward. Because otherwise we would have flown. There was no two ways about it.
Got it, sir.
And we reached in the front on forward stations and we were all standby.
Yes.
For let going anchor or heaving up anchor. We didn't know what we could do. Luckily, the vessel missed us by about less than a meter.
So it was just in front of you?
We could see the vessel. I mean, we were all... And I'm telling Captain, he's just one... Like it was 10 meters, 8 meters, 4 meters, 2 meters, 1 meter. He just said, God bless us. Because we were trying our best.
Absolutely.
But kuch ho nahi raha tha. Because we were heaving, paying out our anchor. But the wind was crazy.
Right, sir.
And just to give you, for everybody out there, do not play with nature. And I'll tell you what happened when we left in the morning. Oh, luckily we didn't have an accident. When we went in the morning, there were some vessels which were bodily lifted up onto the mountains.
You mean the entire vessel?
Like this, not like this. So if this is a mountain and this is a vessel here, the vessel didn't go like this.
Horizontally.
So a ship which is about, like your ships are 400 meters, okay. This must be about 250, 200, whatever. How does it matter?
Still, it's like 2 football fields.
Absolutely. So please don't play with nature. We see a lot of accidents happening. And especially because you have a large followers of non-seafarers.
Non-seafaring, yes.
They go, barish bahut acha aa raha hai. They go to these waterfalls and they try all stunts. Please don't play with nature.
Very disturbing clips.
Very disturbing clips.
The whole family getting washed away and even landslides in right now in Uttarakhand, and
absolutely.
To see the rock size as big as this room falling on a car is like
and a misnomer that if you know swimming, aap jahaz pe ja sakte ho.
So please break this myth. Please, like suppose I was a captain in the swimming team. So I also had that false confidence.
There you go.
I can swim this. Wahi to hai, sure. But sir.
So you, in fact, just to tell your audience also that first of all, non-swimmers can come in the shipping industry.
Absolutely.
It's got nothing to do with swimming.
Right.
And for swimmers, please don't ever try to go into the water. Because the safest place at sea is that ship. Even if it is broken, even if it is broken into 3 parts, doesn't matter. Just hold on to that. That's your mother, that's your father, that's your God, everything. So don't try to swim unless and until you have a lifeboat in it or you have a life raft, then it's a different story. But otherwise, hold on to that.
So, when you were telling me this, I was just wondering what all skills a seafarer like you, reaching to the epitome of the ranks, have you learnt, which you have brought into your shore, like the entrepreneur skills, making a company.
Okay.
So what are the advantages of being a seafarer, for the skill development?
So, I did my MBA from SPJIMR.
Okay.
It's one of the good MBA schools, apparently. I had done an executive MBA.
Okay.
And there's a connection why I'm coming to this. And my course mates, we were about 46 of us. And it was an executive MBA where every 3 months we had to go back to school for 10 days and we had to live there.
Okay.
And you had to take permission from your employers that we are going to stay there for 10 days.
Right.
And so we had people like from L&T, from HPCL, from Bank of America. I was the only shippy guy, by the way, that time.
Okay.
What I realized was that when they were teaching us different subjects, it was nothing like finance. They were teaching us everything. We knew a lot. We as seafarers, we already knew a lot. Like for example, just in time is something which is a term which is used by marketing gurus a lot.
Okay.
We do it every day.
I think we do it every second.
Every second.
Yeah.
So I said, ये इसमें क्या बड़ी बात हो गई? तो but then one thing, and I cracked those papers. Man management, human resource. इधर इन लोग इतना घुमा फिरा के सिखाते हैं, हम लोग तो रोज कर रहे हैं. बोसन हमको ये हो गया, इसको ये हो गया.
Yes.
I realized our man management skills and whatever name you want to give it, human resource, we are absolutely the best. And I am now coming to the next question, that is entrepreneurship.
Yep.
As an entrepreneur, if you have a good team and you can manage it, you will make millions of dollars. Rest, there are people to do it for you. You want finance guys? Hire someone. You need to basically be the best in man management. And that is something which we have learned without being taught.
Without being taught. And at the operational level, like you're doing it every second.
Absolutely.
I think that's a very big advantage, which I also now am trying to comprehend, that yes, even as a second mate on a station, it is man management. So I think like it's
so
quite,
imagine,
yeah.
think Ambani, I mean, no offense.
Yes.
I mean, they are so busy everywhere. I mean, you see them in Paris, you see them having weddings, but the business is running, right?
Absolutely.
So what has he done? He's got a team. He's got a team. So what has he cracked? His man management. Rest, of course, he was lucky. He had the resources. He had Dhirubhai Ambani. That we all have. We all have our godfathers. We have godmothers, whatever you want to call it.
Right, sir.
So we all have that opportunity. But if you are good in man management, you've cracked it.
We'll come to the shore part after a while. Let's go into, sir, this is like the hardcore topic subject, which we'll touch upon.
Sure.
And this is the need of the hour, really.
Please.
You've been doing offing. So can you enlighten these, or like the audience, the aspirants especially?
Yeah.
What is the ground realities of the shipping sector doing, like the companies,
right,
versus the institutes gathering students,
right?
And what is the ratio in which unemployment is there right now and still going on? It's not stopped. Let's start with the GP rating, sir.
Okay. So, on our website, we have 3 reports published. And in fact, maybe this year we will do it again. We didn't do it because of Captain Shori not being around and not well.
Yeah.
So, what we did, like you are saying, we also used to get a lot of comments from people कि हमको नौकरी नहीं है, नौकरी नहीं है, नौकरी नहीं है. So we said, let's do a survey. And this was a private survey. We are not a government body. It's a private survey. We just said, and Google form. Of course, we did ask a certain criteria, like the college name, which course, etc.
Right.
But if you see our survey report, we have not named any institute.
I'll put it here also because I've gone through it. There's no institute, but you'll see the reality.
You see the reality.
Yes.
And that now so basically there are a lot of unemployed, and these are people who are, I feel, will become unemployable. And that is what my problem is, or that is what our problem is. Now you tell me, suppose you are an employer. You're sitting in Maersk office. You get a cadet who's passed out in 24. And you get a cadet who's passed out in 20, whom will you take?
24.
It's as simple as that.
So the memory is fresh. The learning is fresh.
But the boy who passed in 20 is also a DG approved guy. He's also done the grind, but he didn't get an opportunity. So our entire MAR pool, or this marine pool which we are talking about, is basically for these people who have done the grind, but they are slowly getting unemployable because they passed out 3 years ago, 2 years ago. So my only advice to candidates, see, this demand supply will continue. I don't blame, and again, I don't blame DG shipping. I don't blame training institutes. I don't blame companies, because suppose I am a company, I've got 20 ships, now I have only 5. Where do I put those cadets? So how can you blame the companies also?
Absolutely.
Training institutes with the kind of infrastructure, 10 acre of land, swimming pool, blah, 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 वो पैसे नहीं बनाएंगे, बनाना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, it's a,
how will they earn?
Have the bread and butter for the family.
So everybody is doing their job. It is a demand supply issue. Yes, there is definitely need to address it. So what we did was, we took these data and we promulgated this information to whoever, everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Some companies, again don't want to name them, they came up and they said, यार हमें तो लड़के चाहिए, हमको तो लड़के मतलब बच्चे चाहिए,
yes,
हमें मिल ही नहीं रहे. बोला सर इससे ले लो. So what we did was we shared this data with them. Once the data was shared, then we didn't get involved. We don't want anything.
Right.
We just said ये data लीजिए आप बच्चे. You know how we come to know that बच्चे select हो गए?
yes,
कभी उनके पेरेंट्स के मैसेज आ रहे हैं, कभी ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स के मैसेज आ रहे हैं, थैंक यू ऑफिंग. एंड वी एस्टिमेट, not a number, we estimate we have placed about 300 to 400 cadets
wow,
or trainees GP ratings in this manner. And I thank the companies who have actually done this, because ultimately we didn't do anything. We were just a, how do I say?
just pooling in
And
data.
giving the data. So all those people who want to get into shipping, first of all, please do it in the proper way. As in, do your TG approved exams, CET, etc.
yes,
Please don't try to circumvent these procedures which are there. Try to get a company sponsorship,
right,
a reputed company. Everybody doesn't get it, but still.
yes,
And don't go to agents. Don't go to non-approved courses,
right,
because there then, even after you finish you will be fleeced by somebody.
absolutely.
So
That's like the greatest disclaimer also, which I also get. Please don't go to an agent, especially for GP ratings, sir. Like if you see the kids talking, they put in 8,899 lakhs and nothing.
absolutely.
So I think that's something which.
So I just went to Great Eastern Institute to, for Naughtica.
Yes.
Just to boost them for Naughtica.
Yes.
I met these boys and girls, GP ratings. Smart guys, smart children. And luckily Great Eastern is a good institute, and I'm very glad that they have gone into the right hands. That means they will get a job. But honestly, maybe it was just not guidance to them at an earlier stage that they have become ratings. But trust me, they're all officer quality guys. They can speak English well.
Yeah.
They dress well. पुराने ज़माने में होता ना rating है ये,
Correct.
कुछ नहीं ऐसा. It's absolutely fantastic. So it is just that their guidance earlier must. किसी ने कॉमर्स कर लिया होगा, अब उसको शिपिंग का भूत सवार चढ़ा है तो आ गया. बट ऐसे कोई गलत बात नहीं है. बट जस्ट गो टू अ कॉलेज विच इज रेप्यूटेड. अदरवाइज डोंट डू इट. प्लीज चेंज योर.
Just don't do this, because.
And then shipping is not. It's not sailing. There are so many other things.
Right, sir. Right. Coming to that point, sir. Suppose a hypothetical situation: a cadet from 220 was passed out. Till now, he's not got anything. Is offing providing them a guidance to shift, pivot that, or
absolutely.
Right, sir.
So first of all, what is the most important for them to tell? बस बेटा होगा नहीं अब. वो बहुत झटका लगता है.
झटका है.
मैं होता मुझे भी लगता, आप होते आपको भी लगता.
Correct.
कि भाई अब नहीं होने वाला. अब you please forget sailing. But if you want to be connected to this industry, there are other ways to do it. So there are luckily many कोर्सेज. ये बात है कि उसको फिर पढ़ाई थोड़ी करनी पड़ेगी.
राइट सर.
बट कोई बात नहीं. आप पढ़ाई करो और उसके बाद आपको शिपिंग इंडस्ट्री में से कनेक्टेड होने के लिए देयर आर मेनी कमर्शियल शिपिंग, ऑपरेशंस, क्वालिटी सेफ्टी, ट्रेनिंग,
राइट,
सुपरिटेंडेंसी, मरीन सर्विंग. देयर इज dozens of things. अल्टीमेटली हम लोग भी तो वही कर रहे हैं ना.
हाँ, like since you've also gone into that trajectory from the shore, from the ship.
Absolutely.
So how was that journey? Like, let's come to that point, sir.
So
how was it? How did you start?
So I was sailing with Maersk.
Yes. Oh, okay.
3 on 3 off.
Right.
Happy in life.
Yes.
And then my previous company, they said, we have a short job available.
Okay.
I said, okay. And how much will you give?
Absolutely. Yeah, from a master salary to...
So, but I would again thank Maersk for this, because what happened, you know how Maersk works, right?
Yes.
If you have got $100, they'll just split it into 50 and give you the whole.
Correct.
तो
Why?
औकात दिखा देते हैं और जीना सिखा देते हैं. ठीक है. So it was perfect.
Yes.
So I said, कितना मिलेगा सर, बता दीजिए, करने को तो रेडी हूँ. And obviously, one thing is there for everybody out there. Any transition in your life, family support is the epitome of it.
Right.
वाइफ का हो, गर्लफ्रेंड का हो, पिताजी का हो, बहन का हो, family support is very important. So I went to my wife. I said, नौकरी मिल रही है, करें? She said, कितना मिलेगा?
Yeah, of course. It's a
So I can share that I was getting about ₹100,000.
Then you were shifting.
I was shifting. I was getting about ₹100,000 in 2006.
Okay.
My home loan was ₹75,000.
So the EMI you have to.
I have to pay every month 75,000.
75K.
25,000 बचने वाले थे. तो she said, try मारते.
हाँ.
I said 25,000 में जी लेंगे. तो आप try करते हैं. So honestly, so you can say अभी मैं आज यहाँ पहुँच गया हूँ वहाँ पहुँच गया, but family के बिना कुछ नहीं है आप. So yes, after that we plunged. And then एक बार आप घुस जाते हो ना, then you find ways and means. आप लोन पीरियड एक्सटेंड कर लोगे.
Right.
तो वो भी आप अपने दर्शकों को बताओ कि ऐसा नहीं है कि क्योंकि अभी आप श्योर जॉब में आ गए तो बैंक आपको 25 साल का लोन देना शुरू हो गया, तो आपका EMI कम हो गया, तो अब जीना
बढ़ा दिया. Sir, this is very important to address, like the financial advice for seafarers, because in general trend, just a generalized way, we earn money, we come back, we spend it all. Because we know that after 3 months,
फिर खाने वाला
फिर 20 लाख आएगा. So sir, from your learnings, from your with people you're surrounded with, what has been the best strategy for financial management?
So best, honestly,
yes,
absolutely, I did the same. पैसा आया उड़ा दिया पैसा. तो जब श्योर जॉब लिया बैंक में कुछ नहीं था. तो स्ट्रैटेजी कोई नहीं है, भगवान पे भरोसा करो और कर लो. बिकॉज ऑनेस्टली आप स्ट्रैटेजाइज करते रहोगे ना, तो आई थिंक आप आगे भी बढ़ नहीं पाओगे. कर लो, ठीक है, सेव करो, म्यूचुअल फंड में डालो, फिक्स डिपॉजिट्स बनाओ, वो सब तो है ही.
Some percentage which you came to after this experience?
After that about 20-25% it was भाई इसको साइड में रखो. And then you started investing, because then you start. अभी घर लेना, घर तो चलो ले लिया था, उसका EMI भर रहे थे. But I think my personal opinion, today's generation seafarers are much smarter, in my opinion. Maybe now this is the good part of technology.
Right, sir.
Because of technology, you are well aware of what is happening in your surroundings. You are well aware of stock market. You are well aware of mutual funds, etc. So I think that awareness is the plus.
Right, sir.
So I think because of that, you guys are doing a good job. Because I see, when most of your generation people are coming ashore, they have a decent bank balance.
Right.
Decent. I will not say बहुत बड़ा.
बहुत decent.
है, मतलब ठीक है. और काफ़ी लोग ये भी बोलेंगे कि वो फैंसी बाइक मत खरीदो, ये मत खरीद लो, जो करना है कर लो.
Right, sir.
क्योंकि पता नहीं बाद में with Captain Purnendu Shori, live life king size. Trust me, do what you want to do and just do it.
So like, this is a very interesting topic I'll go into. Like, what is your life's motto, goal? Like, how do you live it? What any particular motto you follow?
Honestly,
yes.
After Purnendu's journey,
right, sir,
I think it is literally live every second. Yeah. Just not even every day. Now it's become every second. Because I I can just share with you that Purnendu, we were drinking a lot.
Okay.
General, that.
Yes. That.
We were not alcoholic.
Yeah,
but like general social things were happening. And we decided no more. Bas karo, detox karo, 6 mahina kuch nahi karna hai. And then he fell sick, I fell sick.
Oh, it's like they're coming, everything is coming back now. Kitta,
correct.
Yes.
So, of course, mine was just pure fever and his was पेट में दर्द हो गया. It started with पेट में दर्द. As simple as, there is nothing else, कुछ नहीं, पेट में दर्द, और फिर कहाँ से कहाँ, फिर 11 महीने गॉन. तो अब तो मतलब पहले जो भी सोचा होगा, वो जो प्लानिंग करेंगे कि हम उसके बाद ऐसा करेंगे, वो करेंगे, ऐसा करेंगे, I think it's just live life every second. And
very big learning I think he has shared with us. Sir.
Absolutely. And even and I will now, one more thing.
Please.
Very, very sensitive and people don't talk about it. Once a person starts earning, 2 things they have to do, in my opinion. Insurance and make a will.
Right.
Will is, वो हिंदी पिक्चरों में था कि अरे अभी वो मरने वाला है, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. आप will बनाओ, and these wills are not कि once you make it फिर बस उसके बाद कुछ नहीं और होगा. You can keep changing it. You take property, you add it into the will. But I am saying you will live, you will be so happy, you will sleep peacefully, because who knows what's happening tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So this also was a big learning problem. अभी तो मैं सबको advocate कर रहा हूँ, आपको भी कर रहा हूँ.
Please, sir.
नौकरी लो. I have told my daughter, she just started, she's 21. She's working with KPMG, she's a computer engineer. I said, नौकरी होगी, will बनाओ. She said, will?
अभी.
बना लो.
Yes.
So, all I'm saying is insurance,
yes,
which is very, very... and insurance आजकल लोगों को समझ में आ गया है.
Good thing.
Medical insurance अभी भी नहीं आया है.
Yes, sir. Like medical because I think...
क्योंकि लगता है कंपनी देगी. कंपनी क्या देगी? जब जहाज पे नहीं हो कंपनी कहाँ से देगी आपको?
Yes, sir.
So medical insurance और medical के खर्चे ज़्यादा हैं.
Right, sir.
So medical insurance, life insurance and please your wills. बनाओ. So that is my motto here. It might be not one of the best mottos, but just live life every second now.
So did you ever come into this position like go into like I'm touching the topic of mental health now?
Oh,
because
sure.
it's a very serious thing.
Oh, absolutely.
I've seen it personally firsthand.
Absolutely.
So are there any practices which you have also evolved to like you do in your, like do you have a routine for that? Because I've seen people generally have a routine which they stick to. So, I was just curious. There is a routine you follow like to get this energy you have. Yes. Yeah.
So, two things about mental wellness.
Yes.
Number one, Naughtica event is all about mental wellness.
Okay. Beautiful.
It's all about mental wellness.
Yes.
वहाँ पर हर कॉलेज से 30 बच्चे आते हैं और 650-700 वापस आते हैं. In the sense, that's the whole idea of having this fest.
Right, sir.
330 people are going from each college.
Yes.
But there are 700 of them when they meet. It's like an Olympics, right?
Beautiful.
So they all come together and then they have started associate. And in fact, I want this to happen more. I want them to associate that I want them to say that I was Naughtica 2K24
Got it.
participant.
And I've seen there are sports competitions.
So there are 3 competitions.
Okay.
I know, but this is all part of mental wellness.
It's important. Very important.
So there is sports.
Yes.
So this time we are having 5 sports.
Okay.
We're having swimming. We're having table tennis. We're having badminton, indoor rowing and chess.
Oh,
so these are the 5 sports.
Right.
Then we have an event called Naughty Fit.
Okay.
And that is where Captain Singh and Captain Sunil are one of the best guys to do. I hope they come again. Please.
Yes.
So they curated this entire program and it was lovely. So this is a program of fitness. It keeps going up and up and up. The levels keep going up. You should see the videos of on our YouTube channel, Naughtica. Oh, amazing. And the kind of enthusiasm which creates both with the participants and imagine enjoying a fitness competition. उन लोग उधर push-up मारे हमें मजा आ रहा है. But उसमें competition levels are so strong. Like for indoor rowing, you know what is indoor rowing? It's just those machines.
Yeah, the rowing in that rowing machines.
Now, it might sound कि ये कितना boring. You know what we do? We put up 2 screens and your boats are actually being shown there.
Oh, it's like
so it's a relay
game. It's like a game.
So yeah, so we are a team.
Yeah.
I am relaying, then after 350 meters, you have to start doing it. So, and the boats are still moving. So on a screen, you can see your boat which you are rowing.
Progressing.
And that's how the winner is decided.
How did this come in your mind?
No, so this I have to give credit to Captain Girish Fadnis, who was from ASP, then MTM Tankers. Interesting. He is a rower himself. And he was part of the Indian Rowing Federation and representing Olympics as well.
Wow.
So that is a guy from our industry, from our shipping industry.
So, just to pause here, sir.
Please.
I have seen seafarers are really introverts. All of us are introverts internally. So, my aim was also this to get break this ice. See, like this example. I have never heard of him. It's not that he wants me to hear of him. It's that it gives a boost. That as a seafarer, even someone can Mount Everest also. There was a guy.
Yes.
And so it's like this community needs to come up.
Absolutely.
And be proud of where we are, what we can do. So I think that's a fantabulous thing with Naughtica is also like building the kind of a brotherhood. Right?
Absolutely.
It's like a brotherhood within the institution.
I use the same word in one of the colleges.
Yeah.
And then I also mentioned not sisterhood.
No, yeah.
जाजी है हम लोग. हम लोग को sisterhood में we don't believe in. Anyway.
Right, sir, right.
So sports.
Yes.
Then we come to talent related activities. So there is band. There is troop dance. There is doodle art.
Doodle art, yeah, doodling. Yes.
Something which will be of very, very big interest to you. Video filmmaking.
Wow, like cinematography and all?
So what happens is,
yes,
they come in the venue. We have Maybe we can have you as a judge next time.
Okay.
Show us your credentials.
Okay.
No, but we have a cinematographer or a director or somebody from the industry.
Right.
He will give a theme. And in 24 hours, these guys have to make a video and show.
Wow.
It can be a 1 minute video. The theme is
Absolutely.
given. And I am telling you, you will be amazed by the ideas which these guys get. Amazed. So there's video filmmaking.
Right.
I said doodle art, band, troop dance. There is something called a wow factor.
Okay.
Basically 60 seconds wow us.
Okay.
People do things like beatboxing to all the way to things like yogasana.
Wow.
The floor is open. लोगों ने मैजिक शो किया है, किसी ने इधर रूबिक क्यूब लगा,
Yes.
रूबिक क्यूब कैसा करके.
बना दिया.
So anything which can wow us is basically like a talent show.
So,
Please.
you've encountered so many cadets now in your life. What is something you think they are lacking first? And what is something which you think they are excelling at? As a generalized, we have so many cadets, 300, 400 cadets you're encountering. What are they lacking, sir? First, if you Teamwork. Is it a problem, the generational problem now, or it just because I personally think it's a generational problem that we are more into that social media screen, that mobile screen.
थोड़ा सा हम लोग. So I will give you an example.
Yes.
I'll give you an example and why I said this. Rishabh Soni. There's a very smart boy. I
Okay.
think he's sailing as a 4th engineer now.
Right.
He, out of the 4 editions of Naughtica, he's attended 3. The first one he came in troop dance. He got silver medal.
Right.
Second one he came, he again got silver medal. And he's a fantastic dancer. But you know why he always got silver? Because he was a good dancer. His team was never a good dancer. So, but what the judge told him was that even if you know you can dance best and you know your team can't dance best, but then do some things where they come ahead and you don't do, you are not there every time.
Right. They have to support.
तुम कुछ पीछे से करो, उनको आगे जाने दो.
Got it.
और इसलिए मैं तुम्हें सिल्वर दे रहा हूँ. अदरवाइज तुमको मैं गोल्ड.
अकेले you are.
तुम अकेले बहुत अच्छे हो. So what I realize is, you know you are good yourself. Again, I'm telling, it all comes to man management somehow. Wherever you connect the dots, it is. He knew he was good, but he knew his team was not all that good. He should have done something, which he did later maybe, to get his team win the gold. And then third one, of course, he came in personality contest. He didn't come. So we have personality contest also. So I think they all come as individuals. They have to come as a team.
This is something which it's not just seafaring.
Everywhere.
I think I also see it. I myself also judge myself sometimes that trying to be a lone wolf, you will not go far.
You'll not go far.
I forgot this quote that if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go with the team.
With it, absolutely.
Right. So I think that's thanks.
And then you can connect a lot of things which is happening on ship to these Naughtica events. Risk assessment, toolbox meetings. You are strategizing, before you are doing anything.
Right.
And in fact, when I went to Tolani, I asked them कि आप लोग की तैयारी कैसी है? तो बोला बहुत अच्छी चल रही है. तो मैंने उनको बोला कि जरा अपने थोड़े क्लिप्स भेजो ना, हम लोग के इंस्टा में डालेंगे.
हाइप करता है.
Sorry, it's confidential. We don't want our competitors to know what we are doing. So look at that.
Yeah.
And they are already won 4 times, and they have the zest to win the 5th one also. So all I'm saying is, this is all, you can relate everything which is happening on a ship to an event. This is all part of it. Planning, strategizing.
Right, sir. Talking about that, sir, when you got married.
Oh. How much time do you have?
This is a favorite topic, for seafarers especially. Why I always bring this up is because most of the people I meet on board,
right,
after marriage, they say that's the biggest in fact, not marriage, after a son or a daughter, the first child, they don't want to come back at sea.
Okay.
So how was it with you? Yes.
So there's a secret which I'm going to break today.
Please, is your wife going to watch this?
Let her watch. No, she's aware of it, but
Okay.
the industry is not aware.
Oh, okay.
So I got married when I was a cadet.
What?
I still had to do my third ship.
Wow.
Yeah, obviously it was a love marriage.
Yeah.
And we couldn't wait.
Beautiful.
So
Yes.
I got married when I was a cadet. I still had one more ship to go.
Right.
Obviously, for practical reasons, I kept it a secret.
Okay.
And in fact, I don't know if that chief officer is still there around.
Right.
He had, उसको डाउट था कि कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, ये हर पोर्ट में जाके बार बार फोन क्यों कर रहा है. And so anyway, so I got married young.
Okay.
And I was very lucky that the company which Denhoms used to encourage young officers to carry their wives.
Oh, that's...
I think that is to change. I think now it has become very only senior officers carry wife. अरे when you are senior officer, बच्चा है, उसका स्कूल शुरू होगा, it's a deterrent.
Correct.
वो उल्टा हो गया है. So and I was again very lucky that the fourth engineer of that ship and we both were sailing. His wife also joined and so did my wife. So number one, my wife has got almost a sea time to give second mates exams.
Like me.
Yeah. And she had captains even.
Yeah.
She has done life buoy painting, everything she has done. सब कुछ करके रखा है.
This, I'm going to stop you here because my friend's wife is here.
Sure.
Right. So suppose she wants to go on board.
Yes.
Like there is nothing to do as such. But what are the alternatives which your wife was doing that time, and did she enjoy the sailing time?
I am telling you, she was more busy than me.
Yeah.
I am telling you that because I'll tell you what her routine was.
Yes.
मेरा routine छोड़ो, उसका routine सुनो.
हाँ.
She used to eat breakfast as normal.
Right.
I was a third mate, 8 to 4 मेरी भी 8 to 12 मेरी भी वॉच थी, तो सुबह उठ के ब्रेकफास्ट करते थे. 9 o'clock my wife and the fourth engineer wife used to report to the captain.
कि काम किया आज?
आज का काम क्या सर?
Wow.
कैप्टन बोलता है चलो आज हम लोग कुछ ये करते हैं.
हाँ.
मैं थर्ड मेट.
Yes, you were on
He didn't
watch.
trust me, but he trusted my wife more. मेरे सारा लाइफ बॉय, लाइफ बोट पेंटिंग सब वही कर रही.
LSA, FFA.
बोलता है you don't touch it. तेरे पे भरोसा नहीं है, तेरी बीवी पे. But all I'm saying on this all happening. Plus, of course, we did not have social media, and I loved that.
So let's talk about this.
So we used to sit every evening. We all used to meet in the smoke room. And we used to talk and we used to laugh, we used to play games. कुछ भी मतलब कैरम वही सेम गाने बार बार देख के उसके हर पोस्ट को देखना है कि उसने ऐसे कैसे ठुमका लगाया, हम लोग सब देख रहे हैं. So basically the social media was not there and hence we were friends. Now we are social media is there, we are our own friends.
Yes, and it is tough actually.
So then making food.
Yeah.
खाना बना रहे हैं, कभी कोई किसी को असिस्ट कर रहा है, कभी कोई साउथ इंडियन. सो ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग रात को ब्रिज पे आते थे, कैप्टन ने अलाउ किया था थोड़े सा टाइम.
राइट.
सो गो एज पर प्रोसीजर.
राइट, एब्सोल्युटली.
सो कैप्टन हैड अलाउड कि so and so time to so and so time you can be on the bridge.
Right.
So bridge wing they used to come and see the stars.
Such beautiful, sir. Okay, do you still miss sailing?
I do.
Yeah.
I do miss sailing.
Yes.
And I don't miss sailing. I'll tell you why. Because as a company, we also have a vertical where we do marine surveying.
Okay.
We are empaneled with most of the P&I clubs to do surveying.
Okay.
So हमारा वो shipping connect है.
You still go out to survey the ships?
We still go out to, of course, we might not sail with the ships, but
right.
our connect with the ships are absolutely there. I still go on ships. We have, we do about 200 ships in a year. I mean, my team.
Yes.
So I am also one of the team members who does that, and I love it. Right, so that connect is still there. So coming back to your social media, I think you wanted to ask something.
What are the drawbacks which you see now from your time like you were mentioning, from your time in the industry to now, and how it has changed the mindset of people? See, I'll give a very one-sided opinion, but you being on the other side, you should like tell us.
See, I don't say what is wrong, what is right, but what we talk generally is that जो पहले प्रॉब्लम्स होते थे ना वो जहाज पे ही सॉल्व हो जाते थे. इफ देयर वाज एनी प्रॉब्लम इट यूज्ड टू बी सॉल्व्ड ऑन द शिप इटसेल्फ. नाउ विद दिस communication, and this is nothing to do with only personal seafarers, both sides. For like अभी कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम हुआ एक ईमेल चला गया, सुपरिटेंडेंट बेचारा परेशान. पहले नहीं था वो इतना. So I feel earlier problems were being solved automatically on the ship itself, and only if it was absolute urgency or critical, then it used to be told to the office side. सेम पर्सनल.
Right, sir.
खाली बर्थडे पे फोन कर लिया क्योंकि मालूम है $14 लगने वाले मिनट के, इसलिए हेलो हाँ ठीक है.
On the Iridium or something,
जो भी
sat
था,
phone, हाँ.
एक ऐसा फोन किया फटक से, खाली हाँ हैप्पी बर्थडे, लव यू डार्लिंग, बुड़ुप, खत्म.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But that was good enough.
That was good enough.
फिर बट yes, now the connect. बहुत रोते थे, बहुत बुरा लगता था. You get a choking feeling when you used to go because अब आप 6 महीने के लिए जा रहे हो, चिट्ठियाँ लिखें, वो सब खत्म हो गया होपफुली.
I think खत्म ही हो गया sir.
होपफुली बिकॉज अभी आपकी कनेक्टिविटी है.
Yes.
बट उससे क्या हो गया, अभी जैसे हम लोग ने कुछ केसेस सुने हैं वेरी डिस्टर्बिंग. बेचारे ने इंस्टा पे अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड को किसी और के साथ देख लिया, पानी में कूद गया.
Oh no.
आई मीन नाउ whom do we blame?
Yeah, we
पहले
can't
नहीं होता
blame.
था क्या ये?
हाँ पहले भी तो होता था. अब थोड़ा
But पहले जब आते थे किनारे में, तब मिलते थे, फिर देखते थे कि वो किसी और के साथ बैठ के घूम रही है, फिर किसी और को पकड़ लेते.
correct. Absolutely,
like how life moves on.
Yes.
But here life seems standstill because you are it's a one sided. You can see what's happening there but you can't see what's happening on the ship.
Right.
आप इधर ही अटके हो. तो ऐसी बहुत, I think social media is a boon and bane. This discussion can continue
just
forever.
like endless. But in the industry specific, yes, that's a very relevant point. Sir.
I think I think it's a mixture.
To make sure.
क्योंकि genuinely कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो आजकल कनेक्टिविटी बहुत अच्छी. बट अब वो genuinity कहाँ, where is that thin line of genuinity and फालतूगिरी, we don't know. So it can just go on anywhere.
Right.
So I think that is where.
Right. Captain Anupam, you want to share something with us about anything which you feel you want to talk about it here?
See, I am very grateful to God.
Right, sir.
Grateful to my parents. Grateful to family. Grateful to wife. Lovely kids. And honestly, very, very thankful to have a partner as Purnendu, because very rarely do you get this kind of a combination. And I will also share with you, when me and him were joining up, we were both working, right? I was in another company and so was he. And I told that time my boss, who was an owner, a very smart guy, Captain Ashish Nijavan, he will never see this. He's not on any social media, by the way.
Yes.
So I went up to him and I said, sir, we're starting a company. And he looked at me, he heard me out. He asked me one question. What is the percentage stake of both of you? I said, we're 50-50. He says, 2 captains on one ship. How will it run? Now, I am, and there is a reason why I'm saying this. And I was like, baat to barobar hai.
Yes.
And he's a captain himself.
2 captains.
2 captains on one ship. 50-50%. Best of luck to you guys, yeah. Chalao company apni. I came back and I told Purnendu this. I said, this is what has been told to me. What do we do? So he said, absolutely correct. Yeah. So what we did was, we didn't change our partnership. And till date, we have not changed it. And we will never change it. But what we did was, we realized that this is your strength. This is my weakness. This is my strength. That is your weakness. And we lived by it. And when that happened, egos got killed.
Ego got killed, yeah.
Completely. In fact, I'll be very honest, Karanvir, if he would be here today, you think I would be doing this? No way. Because he was born for this. He was born to be on stage. He was born to be there, right? And he used to love it. I used to get a lot of comments. अरे तू क्यों नहीं जाता स्टेज पे? मुझे फुकट का MC मिल रहा है, तुमको क्या प्रॉब्लम है? So I used to, of course, but people have problems and people try to instigate you. So egos are the biggest downfalls in any relationship, any business. So we realized that very early in our 50-50% partnership. So he said, जो तू अच्छा करता है तू कर, जो मैं अच्छा करता हूँ. Not that we blindly followed. We confronted each other.
Right.
But ultimately, we lived happily ever after. So I think the learning is, know your strengths and weaknesses in anything which you do and kill your egos. I think that is a message which I can give you.
So I think the biggest learning from this show was brotherhood and teamwork.
Absolutely.
I think that was the biggest takeaway for me. And because of that, Offing has been able to reach this level and
Thank you so
helping
much.
so many
Thank you so much.
people. We would love to have you back again.
We would love to have you
Yeah.
back. And thank you very much for coming all the way to Bombay.
Thank you, sir.
And
again.
we will
Yes,
definitely meet up in Delhi.
absolutely.
And
Yes.
honestly, I have to say something, Karanvir. I have been following you
Right, sir.
a lot. LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, 5 lakh followers.
Sir, that's just
Awesome. No, whatever it is, not many can achieve this. And the beauty is there are a lot of non-seafarers who are following you.
right.
And that is
There.
the absolute beauty about it. Because, you say, I met a friend the other day. I said, अरे शिप पे ऐसा होता है मालूम है हमको कैसे अरे वो एक करणवीर का वीडियो देखा हम लोग ने सो दैट इज वेयर यू हैव रीच्ड
Right, sir.
and I'm very very thankful that we have kind of met. I think it's a part of manifestation. We were anyway, I wanted to catch up with you, probably you wanted to catch up, and of course I've given you another news where
Yeah.
you will be wanted a little more.
Right, sir.
So I think you're doing a fantastic job, and thank you for having us here.
Thank you once again, sir. We'll
Thank
see
you,
you
sir.
back on the
Absolutely.
KSN show. Hope you liked it, sir.
Loved it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So that was Captain Anupam Raizada. I hope the energy which he has been transferred onto you as well, because definitely was transferred into me during the conversation. Was a insightful session with those numbers and data which Offing has worked on. Do share this video because a lot of people who are aspiring to join this profession should know what is the reality of these unemployment rates in the fraternity. Please let me know also in the comment section who all you would like to see on the show, who can bring such topics and get us this awareness of this particular field. Till then, signing off. See you back in the next episode.